Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing really well. Today I want to speak about a message that was channeled to me, and then there was a beautiful divine reinforcement for that message to take it deeper. And I thought that I will definitely share it with everyone listening in so that all of us benefit from this. So essentially, what was channeled to me is that your twin flame and you are never separate. And whenever your twin flame is not physically present around you, you can always feel their presence. When you feel your twin flame's presence, this is when you realize that this physical separation between you, whether it's a separation of not talking at all or talking less, but not being in a state of commitment, or not, being in union but not really being with each other physically at the moment, or being in a long separation or a short separation or a long distance relationship or a long distance and a separation. It can be anything, right? Any of these combinations. It makes no difference because your twin flame and you are one. You are never separate. The bond that you share with your twin flame is something which is unbreakable. It cannot be broken ever. And the bond also is something that never goes away. It is something that is very, very real. You're not imagining it. So do not imagine a distance from your twin flame because that is an illusion. The other thing, that we know that first of all, twin flame union happens within us, and this is when it gets manifested on the outside. Much like any other desire, for you, when you have realized it deep within you what you want, and you know that you're going to have it, it is then when you are in complete vibrational alignment with that desire, because you are already feeling, as if you already have it. It is then that it manifests in the physical, and often the manifestation is much more surreal, and it's just much deeper and very, very, beautiful and surprising to all of us. So essentially, this was just a WhatsApp status update that I was seeing that somebody had shared, and it was a talk by Sadhguru, and he was speaking of the Buddha. So that 5th of May, yesterday, was also the Buddha Purnima, which meant that it was the enlightenment day of Gautama the Buddha, right? Everyone knows the Buddha. So he spoke of how, Buddha spent 8 years trying to find enlightenment. And he went through very, very difficult practices where he would not eat for days, and, he would just sit in a place. And finally, on one particular day, he just sat under the Bodhi tree, which was later called the Bodhi tree, but essentially he sat under a tree, and he decided that he will not get up now till he realizes what it is, or else he will die trying like that. So I'll find the video out and I will pin it as in the description box, and also as the first comments. You can see it in the original, and I hope that it also impacts you in this deep way, like the way it did to me. So essentially, when this happens, Gautama, he realizes within a few moments, and it is then that it hits him, or Sadhguru says that he spent 8 years not succeeding in finding enlightenment because he thought it was a path to walk. He created a certain distance between him and enlightenment, when essentially enlightenment was just something which was already within him. There was no outside path to be created. It was already realized within. It was already something which was not separate from him. It was just a matter of pivoting awareness to who you really are, right? It wasn't something external. There were not all these things to do. And so many times on the twin flame journey, we think, oh my God, there are these 200, 300 things I need to do. And they are all important in the sense that sometimes, because our mind is so outwardly focused, that it's important that these 200, 300 things that we end up doing, they bring back the focus to us. So it really depends on what we go through, what our life journeys have been, what our karma has been like, how much of a conditioning are we carrying, what our ego is like. Sometimes we can be very, very steeped in ego, so it's very hard for us to acknowledge the spiritual nature of this connection and just find it within us. So this is why we need to go through a lot of, inner healing work. We have to completely turn the awareness within us through all of these means. And maybe, who knows, the Buddha also had to walk this path for 8 years before he realized, oh, this is not the way. It's not separate from me. So maybe all the effort that we put in on the twin flame journey, especially all the waiting and the chasing, the effort that we put towards bettering ourselves it's incredible effort, because that is good in general for us. It's good for people around us. It's good for others that you will be offering this work to later on, right? It's good for your own peace of mind and your own mental health and stability. But essentially all the other extra effort of consistently thinking about what our twin flame is up to, being in the waiting energy, focusing too much on their life and all that effort, a point will come when you will realize that all of that has been in vain. I have been worrying, but that worrying has not impacted the outcome in a way where I was thinking it's going to impact the outcome. All the millions of readings that I watched for all of these years about when will my twin flame come back, is Christmas the right time, is New Year's the right time, is my birthday the right time, trying to find a 3D timeline or a 3D date for your union. It's just all been in vain, because essentially your union was never far away. It was never a month away, never a day away, never a year away. It was always within you. Okay? And this was also channeled to me by my own divine masculine's higher self as well. So this is also, what I'm sharing with you all, that I did share in the community post as well. And many, many months ago, this was channeled to me by my spirit guides as well, with regards to how separation is an illusion. This is something you would have heard many people say. And whenever, you do realize union, you will come into this realization that it was never far away. Your twin flame was never gone. So many times on this twin flame journey, when we meet our twin and we have normal interactions, and then we have a first separation, you suddenly start to have flashbacks. Sometimes some twins have noticed and observed this, that flashbacks of the times when you were not even in contact with each other. You'd not even met your twin flame. You did not even know that a concept called twin flames existed. But you start having flashbacks of your childhood, where you can see the presence of your twin flame. So essentially, even at the time when you have not even met your twin, you don't even know what twin flames are, it is then also that your twin is around you, because the connection is so powerful. It is your soul after all. The connection is something unbreakable. It is unthreatened completely by any force in the universe. Alright? So remember that the connection of the soul is very, very potent, and very few relationships are such deep connections of the soul that you can figure out where the soul goes and what the soul is doing. Especially here, it's your own soul in another incarnation. So do not look outward at your divine masculine. Try to avoid doing that, but shift your focus within, and always know you are in union. Do not make union a few days or a few hours or a few minutes or a few years away. Make union happen now, because it's already happening now. All you have to do is just turn your awareness into the union that you already have with your divine masculine. So remember that when you do that, this is where a major shift starts to happen. And coincidentally again, today itself I came across another quote, and I love how all these three things are coming together, that all these three synchronicities that happened today to me, so that I can channel it and share it for you all, is that there was a quote by Abraham Hicks, and it says, if something you want is slow to come to you, it can be for only one reason. You are spending more time focused upon its absence than you are about its presence. So this is all I wanted to share with you all today. I hope that this was helpful. So focus on the presence of your union, and never feel that you're apart from your twin, whatever be your situations, okay? And I hope that you all had a wonderful full moon, and you were able to do some of the rituals that I had mentioned. If you missed that video, you can definitely check it out. I will pin it in the description box. and it basically spoke of a few rituals that you can do, and you can still do it today as well, because the energy tends to flow for a few days before and after the full moon. And I myself was able to do majority of the suggestions that I had recommended to you all, and I found them to be very useful and helpful in cleansing my energies and in balancing myself as well. So I will now see you in the next podcast video, and of course, if you need to get in touch with me to book a one-on-one coaching session, my email address is going to be on your screen. It's imacompletelife@gmail.com. So I'll see you guys. Take care. Bye bye.